Hello friends, thanks for tuning into this week's Brain Food. Hey, I wanted to share a quick tip that I've learned recently that is actually pretty important for the people that you care about, being able to reach you at all hours of the day. Most of you probably have Do Not Disturb on your phone, or maybe you have your phone in vibrate mode all the time like I do because I don't want it to ring at church or in meetings or whatever the thing is. And the interesting thing about that is if you don't have the settings set properly, nobody can contact you when your Do Not Disturb is on. Currently, I have my Do Not Disturb set to between, I think it's like 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. Outside of those hours, nothing comes through to me. But the problem is, what if somebody has an emergency in the middle of the night, like friends or family that need to get a hold of me? Well, today I'm going to show you exactly how to fix that on the iPhone. I'm sure there's something you can do on an Android phone, but this is the way you can do it on an iPhone. Okay, so here we are on my contact favorites list on my phone, and the top one is Trista, my wife, and so I'm going to click the little info circle to the right of her name, and that's going to take me to her contact record. So however you get to your contact record that you're wanting to allow to bypass and call you at any time, get to their contact record, and then in the top right corner you click the edit button. And once you're in edit mode, if you scroll down, you're going to see ringtone and text tone. These are two different options for bypassing. So ringtone is what you want to have happen if someone calls you outside of your Do Not Disturb hours. So I'm going to click into that, and I'm going to see this at the top, this emergency bypass. I'm going to turn that on. And what that does is it tells my iPhone, if Trista calls me, it doesn't matter when she calls me, I want it to ring through, right? Then I'm going to click done. And the next thing I could do if I chose to, I can also allow her text messages to come through at any time, day or night. And so if you click into the text tone and then turn on emergency bypass there as well, like that, then click done, and then click the final done in the top right to save all your changes. Now that contact has emergency bypass on for ringtone and text tone. So anytime Trista calls me or texts me, it doesn't matter what Do Not Disturb settings I have on my phone, they will ring through. And that's how you turn on emergency bypass on the iPhone so that people can call you or text you even if your Do Not Disturb is on, or if the silence everything, if it's the vibrate only is set on your iPhone. And just to give you a couple of examples of why this was important for me, my wife works interesting hours because she works at a lab, right? And so she gets up really early. So let's say, for example, she leaves the house at 4:30 in the morning and has a major problem with her car and tries to call me. Well, my current settings before I turned on emergency bypass, she wouldn't have been able to call or text me. It wouldn't have rung through. It would have gone right to voicemail. It wouldn't have rung my watch, vibrated my watch, or anything like that. I would have had no idea, and she would have had no way to get a hold of me. Or my parents, if they had something, or my brother, they're out on the road and they have an emergency at the middle of the night coming home from the airport or something, they couldn't get a hold of me. And it's been that way for years. So thank goodness nothing major happened. But if you think about the few people that should ring through no matter what in the middle of the night, and you use the Do Not Disturb functionality between, in the evening, like 10 p.m. until 7 a.m. in the morning, this is probably something you should consider turning on so that the people that desperately need to get a hold of you in the middle of the night can. So anyway, that was the brain food / tech tip for this week. I hope it was helpful, and I would love to hear in the comments if you knew about this. If you didn't even know this was a thing and people couldn't get a hold of you, and maybe I've saved you on this one, I would love to know that in the comments below. And if you have an alternate way to do this, to set your iPhone up so that you can mute and silence different things, but allow certain people to call you, I'd love to hear any kind of feedback that you have on this story. I hope you're having a great week. I'll see you next week.